DJ Dozer, the beat architect. DJ Dozer, the beat architect.
Well, I think on the balance of it, I think we're quite unfortunate to lose this one. It was, I think we didn't apply ourselves first half, but second half, I think we came back with a bit more energy. We conceded through, I think, an error from our side, but we responded well through our guys who came off the bench. We came in, we equalized, and we had control. I think we were controlling the game. We're putting Fortis under a lot of pressure. And then again, as a run of play again, I think for me, probably a contagious decision. Fortis took the lead. We tried to respond again. We almost did last few minutes. We had a critical chance, I think, 2 minutes before the end of the game, where we could have and probably should have equalized, but that's the name of the game. I think possibly in transition. I think we're not hurting Fortis enough. We would retrieve the ball, but the balls are out wide, particularly from the midfield. I think we could pass better, but I think it's possibly, like you said, the second half of the season. We're probably still getting back into it, but I think we can work on that. And also our slow starts. We started slowly today, but I think there are so many positives to take for today, and we move on. Yeah, possibly, but you don't use that as an excuse. I think we had conditioned the players well before, psychologically, tactically, technically. So sometimes it happens in football, but I think we can do better there. But going forward, it's disappointing, but a lot of positives to take.
The first half was fairly competitive, né? So the second half we regroup and then sort out few like the close markings, né? That we kind of lacked in the first half, and keeping the ball, especially in the other half of SKW, it was the crucial. I think positive thing that we made so that we can put the pressure on them, and at the end it paid off. At this stage, after the holidays, most of the players are unfit, so fitness is a key point. So we should work on the fitness for the upcoming games next week. And but overall, I'm happy about the performance about the boys, and we just have to work harder the next time. And all the best to SKW. They were really giving us run for our money, and all the best to them. I think we moved up. If we now we are at 8th place. Now maybe we are at number 7. But after the second encounter against Oganya, we might move up to the 6th place. So I think the first 8 teams qualify. So at least we should end up on the 8th place in order to go to the next round. But things are looking good. I'm confident that we will qualify for the next.
DJ Dozer, the beat architect.
disappointing indeed in terms of the result, but as I told you last week, we'll go back and work on the style of play that we are playing. Today it was much more better than last week, so this one we'll take it as a learning. It's a learning curve indeed, that we saw that sometimes you need to adjust to circumstances. Like today it was the wind, not to make an excuse, but Ramblers took the wind as an advantage and used it in the second half to play long balls, and then they used that to their advantage to get the 2 goals that they scored. While we were trying to get back into the game, our goalkeeper once again made a mistake. We'll also work on that. We won't take this one as something that happened and it's a bad thing. The result is bad indeed, but the lessons that we learned, we'll take back and work on it in the game. Same mistakes indeed as last week. We won't blame him. Maybe he misjudges the balls. Unfortunately, we'll have to go back and work on the goalkeeping as well to see that the boy becomes as good as he was. Because it's not as if he's a bad goalkeeper. He is a good goalkeeper that can do a better job. He just needs to train more and then do the right things. The decision making in terms of the team play as well, that is also something that we need to work on. Some boys are making decisions, wrong decisions, when they need to make sharper decisions.
Today's game was a total change. What happened is, previous weekend we had a game against AC, so we started this week with a new formation, and the formation is working, as the result can tell. So we're going to keep it on with that formation again. So yeah, it was actually a very good game for us today. Well, just working on the formation, making it work, and scoring more goals. We have a lot to win for. Should I now share my secret? It's just a formation that I've been following it. It's a more defensive and more attacking, where you have numbers up front, you have numbers at the back, and then you have your wing backs moving up. At the moment, we're looking good. We still have a few games in hand, but we're going to keep it at this pace at the moment.
DJ Dosa, the beat architect.
The game played very well, although it ended like the way we were not wanted to. So, but it was a game of the day. Yeah. For the game plan, we usually started as 4-3-3, as we always do. That is our formation. But yeah, we also play from the midfield and switching from the wing. But from the half time, we really like. I don't know what happened to my boys, because I made some substitutions, which were always new boys. So yeah. Okay, what we need to do is just practice more in training and the new boys so that they can get used to the old boys. Yeah, in this game, some of the first team players, they were not here. Even the boy who scored the last game, he's not here. He didn't show up.
Yeah, excellent game of football, you know. Today our passing patterns were spot on, the movement was perfect, the combinations were working. And you can see on the balance of play, as a result, we were able to score 5 goals. So total domination. You know, we had an early match, 20 minutes past 8, in which we won 3-0. I mean, yeah, exactly. And then you could see, you know, during the early stages of the match, our guys were still lucky. But then they regroup and then we dominated the match. And that is what we expect time and again. So congratulations to our players. They executed the game plan perfectly. Our expectation is to win every game on board, because now all the players are together. You know, for the first time in a long time, we managed to have the core of the group together, which is pleasing. But then, yeah, we struggled not because we are not good, but because of lack of numbers. But then everyone came on board, and that is the result you see. You know, total domination, 2 games, 6 points, and that is what we expect from our players. I think we should be advancing now. I think we were one of the teams of the least number of games, but now we have played 7 games so far. So I think we should be between 2 and 3 somewhere there, or 4 most probably.
I thought the game was quite good. It's only that we have misunderstanding in the field with my boys. I think they are not yet ready, but by next week everything will be fine. Plan of today, it was a bit weak. Even if they didn't attack, they were more defending a lot. They do understand. We are getting along to the things that we are planning now for one. The guy is now he became a boss. He put me in charge of it now. Then I have to work on it and then change some small stuffs and bringing out something else new. My next game, I want to improve on my attacking, and most of my players are not there even for the first game, but the next game I'll assume that it will be fine. Yeah, I had a couple of them that were training, some of them they went on holidays. Now we resumed last week, but even though things were not that much enough for them, but by this week by next week everything it will be fine on training.
I think now our under 17 they improved a lot. You can see even the physique, everything. I think now we are in the right direction, because so far we played second round, we played 2 games, won both games, and the boys are playing good. Okahanja United is not an easy game to play against Okahanja United. But what we did at training, we practiced how to press them and how to move the ball fast. That's why we won the game today. One thing these teams they don't know about us is when the other teams, when it was holiday, us we didn't stop training. We always train. Even our under 15 they are doing well, our under 17 they are doing well because we didn't stop training. The other teams went for holiday, they stopped training, us we didn't stop training. So we just took it to the next game. Far it's now good. I think we're now in second position behind Kasaona. So we will take each game by it comes.
DJ Dozer, the beat. DJ Doza, the beat architect.
The kids in the streets don't have none. It says Sugar and Pop was the mailman. In Zalafera was the struggle, man. 20 plus years I'm still hustling, man. The hunger is there to succeed, brah. Patulefera through the hard times. Only the strong do get up, brah. Tough times never last, but people do. Tough times never last. Tough times never last, but people do. Tough times never last. Ready to mela, cause God is good and it's all the time. Ready to mela, cause God is good and it's all the time.
But we feel we need some more. Come on now, change your style a bit and be thankful Jay had it. Come on now. But we feel we need some more. Come on now, change your style a bit and be thankful Jay had it. Come on now.
Ready to mela, cause God is good and it's all the time.
All the time.
Plezier. Alles alright?
Alles alright.
Is het? Oké, maar net ietsje maar gebrand.
Dat is
Maar meer maar een beetje geniet.
Hey, dan goed.
Alright.
Alright.
Welcome, David.
Thank you very much for your kindness. It has made a big difference. It has made a difference. Your gift, what you have come to give us today has made a big difference. So thank you very much.
Thank you. It's our pleasure.
Cool.